It's not talent or luck. It's consistency. It's consistency. The people you admire and the ones who seem like they have it all together, they didn't get there overnight, okay? They showed up every single day, even when they didn't feel like it. And that's what we're gonna be talking about today. If you've been struggling to stay consistent with your goals, whether it's your career, personal growth, or even your walk with God, then this video is for you. Let's start with talking about what it even means to be consistent. Being consistent means showing up no matter what. It means to put in effort when you don't feel motivated. I like to think of it as a fraction. Discipline over motivation, because discipline is more important than motivation. If you don't have motivation, and discipline is going to take over for you. Think about this. If you go to the gym once a month, do you think you're going to see results? Or if you wash your face when you feel like it instead of doing it daily, do you think your breakouts are going to clear up? Or if you read your Bible when you feel like you have time instead of making time to read your Bible, do you think your relationship with God is going to grow? I'm sorry, it's not. But with consistency and discipline, these things can happen. You can see progress. You can have clear skin. You can have a relationship with God. You just have to be consistent. The same mindset goes for content creation, building a business, and simply improving your mindset. Small, repeated actions create lasting results. Now let's discuss 3 reasons consistency matters. First of all, it builds trust. When you show up regularly, people start to rely on you. Think about your favorite TV show. You know they're gonna drop every week or every month if they drop seasons at a time. And that's why you keep on watching that show, because you know they're gonna drop. You know they're gonna deliver. Second, consistency creates momentum. You know that feeling when you do something for a while and suddenly it becomes a part of your life, or it becomes a lot easier? That's building momentum. For example, when you're in the gym and you're lifting weights, you have to grow your weight. Your weight has to get higher, progressive overload, because it's become too easy for you to do the weight you used to do. And third, it strengthens your character. Consistency builds discipline, and discipline creates real growth. There's a verse in Galatians that says, "Don't become weary from doing good, because at the right time, you'll reap a harvest if you don't give up." And that's what consistency does. It plants seeds that eventually turn into harvests. So we know consistency is powerful, but how do we build consistency and stay consistent? First, you need to start small. A lot of people fail because they try to take on too much too fast. Don't start with 2-hour workouts. Start with 30 minutes. Don't try to post daily. Start with once a week. Don't try to cut out every single unhealthy food all at once and then splurge on healthy foods. Instead, finish what you have and slowly replace them with healthy items. I remember one time I threw away everything unhealthy that I had in my kitchen, and I went to a farmer's market and bought everything fresh. Fresh meat, fresh fruit, fresh vegetables. And then I brought it home, and that's all I had to eat. So I went out to eat every single day, and the fruit and vegetables went bad because I didn't feel like cooking it. That's all I had was stuff that needed to be cooked. So once you start small, then you need to create a routine. When something is scheduled, it becomes a part of your life. And once you start this routine, you should track your progress, whether it's a checklist, a journal, or an app. Seeing your progress will motivate you to keep going. The most important part for building consistency is giving yourself grace. Give yourself grace. Give yourself patience. Give yourself love. Don't forget about you. Consistency isn't about being perfect. It's about being persistent. You're gonna mess up. You're gonna miss days, because life happens, and that's okay. The key is to not quit altogether when you slip up. Get back on track and keep moving. One mess up is not the end of the world. It's not the end of the journey. The end of the journey is when you decide to quit. And I know staying consistent is hard. So let's talk about how to push through when things do get tough. When you start to feel discouraged, remind yourself that small progress is still progress. The results don't always show right away. And if the results don't show fast enough, remind yourself that success takes time. Sometimes the results come later than expected, but they're coming slowly but surely. And that doesn't mean your work is in vain. Trust the process and embrace the journey. And if you're wondering how to stay motivated, truth is you don't. You don't stay motivated. Motivation comes and goes. That's why you rely on discipline and not feelings. Feelings change, but commitment doesn't. And the last thing we're going to talk about today is burnout. How to deal with burnout. Burnout happens when you push yourself too hard without resting. And here's 4 ways to avoid it. 1. Pace yourself. Consistency doesn't mean overworking. It means finding a sustainable rhythm. If you're working on a goal, don't go 100% all in every single day. Plan for rest. 2. Set realistic goals. If you expect to be perfect all the time, you're setting yourself up for burnout. Believe it or not, you're setting yourself up for failure, burnout, stress. Instead, aim to be consistent, not flawless. Number 3, listen to your body and your mind. If you're feeling drained, take a step back. Reevaluate what it is that you're working on. And figure out a way that you can do it and still show progress. Because progress is not a straight slope. It's going to be little progress, big progress, little, medium. It's going to change, just like stocks. The stocks are still showing progress. Even if it goes down, it's still going. Sometimes the most productive thing you can do is to take a step back and rest. Take that nap. Watch that Netflix show in between assignments. Do something that makes you feel like you're not using all of your energy to prevent you from burning out. When I'm doing my math homework, I literally turn a YouTube video on in between each assignment. I'm not gonna know anything. My brain is blank when I'm tired. I don't like math, but I wanna do good. And the only way I can do good is if I watch that YouTube video in between each assignment, okay? And 4, refill yourself spiritually. When life gets overwhelming, lean on God. You weren't meant to do this alone. And He wants to give you rest. The rest that you need is in Him. The key to consistency is balance. Work hard, but rest when needed. Keep going, but don't break yourself in the process. The difference between success and failure is consistency. The difference between staying the same person that you are now or growing into the person that you were created to be is consistency. So be consistent. Consistency is key. That's all. Thank you. It's consistency. I know you lying.